Hello, Taurus. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. If Taurus is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Remember to hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. If there is anything you would like me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Taurus, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. Okay. Eight of Pentacles, very good energy. You're someone who is very cautious right now. I think you're somebody who is trying to be patient, but trying to push forward in a very careful way. Okay? You're treading lightly somewhere. Okay? Could be at work, could be friends, family, could be spiritual stuff, whatever. Could be at school, the library, I don't know. I feel as if you have a particular goal, and I think that you're trying to be very cautious. Now, right now, it may seem that there's nothing in your way. It may seem as if there's nothing opposing you. And it's kind of like, it's like, wait a second. You know, it's like Indiana Jones in the Raiders of the Lost Ark at the very beginning, you know, where it's just like, oh, we could just run and take the treasure now. And he's like, wait, you know. That if it seems too easy, if it seems like there's nothing there to stop you, there might be some hidden traps. Yeah, some booby traps. So I feel like you're kind of like tiptoeing, looking around right now, being very cautious, because you're almost at some goal. It's like you're very close to succeeding here with something. Yeah, and you're a cautious person anyway. You're okay with patience. You're okay with taking your time and doing things right. You're okay with going slow, right? Slow and steady, right? What do they say? It wins the race. Yeah. Let's put this card into some context. Let's see what's going on with your patience here today. We've got a Lover's card. Interesting. Okay. This may have to do with a relationship. I know. Put your pitchforks away. It's possible. I don't know if the Lover's card in this case is necessarily talking about romance, but it is talking about you uniting with something, you coming together with something, and sort of marrying your energy to it. Okay, so it could be romance. It could be the idea of a job situation or a friendship. Something is like taking it very slow, but it's a union, and you're just approaching it very cautiously. Okay. Let's keep going here. We've got the Hanged Man. We've got a Four of Cups. This is all making sense here. Three of Wands. Yeah. And, oh, okay. We've got a lot of passion. We've got the Lust or Strength card in the future position here. We've got the Empress over here. We've got 10 of Pentacles over here. We've got 7 of Cups is what we don't want, obviously. And we've got a Queen of Pentacles at the end. It seems very nice, right? It seems very, very good. But there's something going on. There's caution here. Something is not what you think. Especially with that 7 of Cups, it's kind of saying that we may be blinded by something. It may look, oh, it looks so pretty. There's something going on behind it that we at least need to be informed about, okay? Because otherwise everything looks very, 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 very good, you see. And I think maybe it is very, very, very good, but there's something you need to know about it first. It's like whatever this other thing is that you're doing, whatever this goal is that you're approaching, it has a secret, let's say. Okay? There's something you need to see that maybe right now we can't see because we're just very, possibly we're very enamored by it. But you have this cautious energy already, so I feel like you're You're looking for the red flags. You're looking for those secrets, the things hiding in the shadows, so that you can be fully informed as you move forward. Maybe this is you trying to decide if you're going to take that job or something, or partner up with that person, or buy that thing, or get into that relationship, or date that person, or whatever, right? Whatever it is. Let's select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the Factor Infinite and Unknown. It's going to go right here with Mr. Tao, the Yin Yang deck. And we're not going to look at that card until the very end, but it will tie everything together, and it will give us the confirmation that we need at the end of the reading. All right. If you have a prediction for that card, you can put it in the comments down below. We can do it together as a group exercise. I feel like we need a little intuition, right, to help us sort of see things that are underneath the surface. The Seven of Cups, looking for what's not there, listening for what's not being said, reading between the lines, looking beneath the surface of things, okay? Also, Dove and Serpent mug, if you want one, you can order one. I need my tea and my other tea because we're a little bit under the weather here today. Our daughter, she's 4, she just started her 2nd year of preschool, and she just like that, in a week we got sick, you know, and it happens. But we're pushing through it. We'll be fine. But right now, my throat, my voice is kind of, you know. So bear with me. Let's take a look around the room here. Excuse me. We have major. We've got some good major arcana energy here. We've got the Lover's card, but the Hanged Man. Okay, we've got the very extroverted, very outgoing and active lust or strength card. We have the very nurturing and yielding Empress, right? So it's kind of even a fire and a water kind of thing. Even here we have sort of a very active union, and then we have this sort of watery, you know, yielding. Yeah, so we have a bit of a duality here. I think there is this desire to move forward. You want to rush into it. You want, this is going to feel so good. You can't wait to be at this job or whatever it is, right? Cannot wait. It's going to be so nice. But you're also forcing yourself to be a little cautious, and I think there's a reason for that. But you know, I think it's because of your caution, because you're being fully informed, because you're reading between the lines and looking underneath the surface. You're just going around kicking the tires of the thing. You really want this sports car, but you're going to go around, kick the tires, and maybe you're going to choose something that's more efficient, right? Maybe there is something that's going to say, okay, I like this, but we need to make some changes, you know? Though I don't know about the changes because there's no swords cards. We have our majors. We've got fire. We've got water and water. We don't have any air, right? We don't have any air, so I kind of feel like we need the air. I feel like we need some swords, because the swords is you kind of saying that you're not just accepting things as they are. Whatever the proposal is, you're not just saying, sold. You're counter offering, right? You're negotiating. You're bargaining here, right? So I wonder if this is a situation where there is no bargaining taking place, that this isn't a negotiation, that this is not a compromise. You look at this exactly as it is. You either accept it and take it and unite with it, or you don't. So in that case, maybe this is a relationship. Maybe we are talking about a person here. Because when we get into relationships, friends, with our chosen family, with, you know, lovers, people we're dating, romantic partners, whatever, life partners, you know, it's not really a negotiation, is it? It's not saying, okay, I'll date you, or I'll marry you, or I'll get into a relationship with you, but you got to make some changes first. I need a few things, you need a few things, and we're going to go back. It's a business deal, you know. The Lover's card is not a business deal. Maybe if we had the Adjustment card or Justice to go with it, we'll say that, okay, this is a marriage, but there's going to be some prenuptial agreements, let's say. But we don't see that here. We see that it's either you accept something as it is, or you don't. You can't ask something to change its nature, right? That's what I'm feeling here, is that you have to go cautiously. It may not be what you think here. This might not be exactly what it seems on the surface. Okay? Maybe this is that job, and it's like it's not really something you negotiate. This is how much we're going to pay you. You take it or you leave it. Well, maybe we can sort of test the waters a little bit first, right? This is the card of union. This is the card of the marriage. This is the card of you combining your energy with something else. And I think you really do want this. And we're looking forward to how it's going to feel. We've got that lust card. It's the passion. It's the creativity. And maybe this seems like, wow, this is an opportunity that really is going to activate your power, that you're just going to, like, you feel like you're in control here. Well, let's stay cautious. It's not what you think here. This may seem like a union, a wedding that's going to lead to just passion all day, every day, right? I don't think that's reasonable. If this is a business kind of deal, if this is you sort of uniting with this employer, and again, it doesn't feel like it's a deal in the sense that we're able to negotiate, okay? It's just kind of, it's all or nothing, right? Having the lust or strength card in the future position is, we're expecting this to lead to even more freedom, really, right? That maybe you're being promised complete creative control. This is the card of control, right? Usually it's controlling ourselves and controlling our appetites. And yes, I think that's what is called for here, that you desire this so badly. You are so hungry for it. Not yet. Go stay in that Eight of Pentacles, caution, slow, patience, you know. It's worth it for you to kick the tires here. Because it might not be a situation where you are really, you may be expecting something that isn't really what's being offered. Does that make sense? Underneath the surface, we've got the Hanged Man, and I think that the Hanged Man is that unconscious part of you that sort of knows instinctively that this could be a giving up of control, right? And I kind of wonder if, with the Four of Cups here and the Hanged Man, if there was a situation in your past where you sort of felt like you had no control. Because the Hanged Man, this is a situation that we put ourselves in where we're essentially giving up control. Giving up any kind of executive function at all. We're just trust falling into it. Well, trust fall into the universe. We're going with the flow, going with the current. Yes, maybe it could be a very good thing. We're putting all of our trust, all of our faith, all of our power to somebody else. We got to know who we're getting involved with here, right? So I feel like there was a time in your life where you felt that you sort of gave all your power away to somebody else. And I feel like you've gotten out of that situation. And that's where we get the Four of Cups. The Four of Cups is a heart that is pretty safe. Got some walls around my heart here, okay? So it's allowing you to be cautious. As hungry as you might be, desirous for this thing, you're protecting your heart. You're cautious because you know what you've been through before. So this is the Four of Cups kind of saying, I really, really want that. Oh, I desire it. If that really is what it is, I just cannot wait. I want it so bad. But I'm not just going to take it. I'm not stupid. It's kind of saying I could easily leave it behind. Okay? And maybe this is, if it is sort of a business deal, this is, on the used car lot when you're saying, I don't really want the car. I'm going to go home. And then you sort of turn around and walk away, and then the salesman comes and says, wait. I'll make you a deal, right? So maybe this is a situation where it's kind of like, you've been sort of told, look, this is what you're getting. This is how much it costs. This is what's being asked of you. There's no discussion about it. Well, maybe you're saying, well, there is going to be a discussion whether you like it or not, right? So we'll see when we get to the mystery card if there's going to be some swords cards that pop out here. But I think for right now, it's about you realizing that you don't need this, that you're totally fine. You've been in this Four of Cups sort of safe harbor, okay? So you can be very, very cautious. If it works out, if it is what you think it is, if everybody's authentic, everybody's sincere, everything's on the up and up, oh, blessings, But if it's not, no skin off your back, right? You're not losing anything. You're okay either way. Yeah. because you've been in that situation before. These two cards are very different. This is all about control. This is all about relinquishing control. This is you driving the car. This is somebody else driving the car, and we can't say anything about how they're driving or, anything like that, right? I got vanilla chai today. It helps my voice. Anyway, sorry, excuse me. How rude of me not to offer you some tea. Let's talk about the Three of Wands, though, right? Because the Three of Wands is up here, and this is what really matters to you. And the Three of Wands is virtue. This is your principles and values. This is the correctness that you feel, right? And so I think you're bringing a lot of sincerity to the table. You're bringing your authenticity. You're a person of your word. If you say something, then that's the truth, okay? If you promise something, you commit to something, well, that's it. You don't go back on your word. You don't break your promises. You don't intentionally mislead or misguide people. Sometimes the information's wrong and it makes you, sort of reevaluate what you believed, but you're a very authentic person. You're a person of your word. You know that your word is your bond, right? But we can't expect this from everybody else, And so I think the biggest test for you, excuse me one second. Thank goodness for the cough button. The biggest thing for you is to sort of see if this other person is authentic too. Are you on the same page? Is this someone you can trust? Is this someone that has principles and values that align with yours? Is this company, person, salesperson, or whatever, if it's the potential romantic partner, are they on the same page as you? Spirit saying that you just got back from a trip, or there was some traveling that you've just returned home from. Yeah. Anyway, I feel like you're someone who is totally okay without uniting with this thing as badly as you want it. If they're not resonating with you, if you're not on the same page as they are, if there's no resonance there, then you very, very easily will walk away from this, Because these are the things that matter to you. And I don't know what these are. These are your principles and values, right? And it's the idea that you're coming to the table, you're coming to this union, this meeting place, honestly and with sincerity, and you're in your authentic energy. And you're trying to peek around and try to look at somebody's eyes and see if they are too. Okay? That's why you're being cautious. That's why you're not just running and rushing in head first to something here. Well, because you don't want to just give up all of your control right now. I feel like right now you still have a lot of control here. You still have, obviously, you'll always have a choice. But this is a situation that you can very easily walk away. And maybe with the Lover's card here, maybe we don't have the Justice card, the contractual obligation to this just yet. Okay? Maybe that's coming in the future. Maybe if everything checks out, we will sign the papers. If everything checks out, yeah, I'll go ahead and officially buy the car or whatever. Let's talk about the path of the serpent. As we do this, I would like to ask for your subscription. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It is totally free. It doesn't cost anything. And it helps out the channel, and I appreciate that. All right. Your general energy is this Empress card. Okay. I think that when you are in a relationship or any situation, when you're united with anything, when you're involved in anything, a job, a friendship, a business deal, a romance, a marriage, whatever it is, right? A creative collaboration, when you're involved in anything, you treat it like your baby. You feed it. You nurture it. You are there through its first steps and through all of its aches and pains, the first time it gets sick, all these sort of milestones, like you're there taking care of it. It's kind of a maternal energy, yeah. It's an Empress card. And I think that for you to have this sort of commitment to something, you're going to have to really vet it. you're going to have to make sure that this is something that's worth it, because you're going to be giving it all of your energy. It's a real devotion here, right? And it's also the idea that you don't want to get involved with anything that's not going to lead to a prosperous, abundant future. You're trying to build something here. You're trying to do something here, you know? So if it is, let's say, moving forward into this, and it's just purely lust, right? It's not quite compatible with this energy that wants to build something long-term, wants to build something. This is a long-term thing. This is a fling. Yeah, this is a fling. Could be talking about career. Again, put your pitchforks away. This doesn't have to be romance, right? Could be talking about a job situation, a job offer. Well, is this a temporary job? Is this just going to be real quick? Really intense, but it's going to be pretty short lasting? Or is this something that is going to really sustain my life for years to come? Can I be here for 10, 20 years? Is the company going to be here for 10 or 20 years? Is this going to be a flash in the pan? A lot of success, a lot of excitement, but it's gone tomorrow? Or is this something that's going to last long term? There's some questions I had to ask when I made the decision to work here on YouTube full time. I quit my day job last year. I had asked myself, is this going to be something that, maybe the channel is successful now, but what about a year, 5 years, 10 years from now? Is it going to fizzle out? Right? I had to take that gamble, In some ways, it's a little bit of relinquishing control. I have no control now over. I do my very best job. I uphold my end of the bargain here by being authentic and sincere and trying to be as accurate as possible. But a lot of it's not up to me anymore, right? I think you're in that sort of situation too. Maybe you're about to, commit to something big, big change, big move. And we got to make sure it's worth it. You got to make sure that the risks don't outweigh the rewards here, okay? But what we see in the environment for you, 10 of Pentacles here. The 10 of Pentacles is kind of the ideal situation, right? It's the picture of your best life. And I think that this, when we're really looking at it between these two cards, it really feels like this situation, the way you're seeing it now, on the surface at least, it looks like it. When I'm looking at this, it looks like my best life. It looks like this has everything I want. It looks perfect. Sounds perfect, feels perfect. It must be perfect, right? This is what we see on the surface. This is our ideal outcome projected onto this thing. And we have to be careful with that because sometimes it is an unconscious projection. I want this to be the one. I want this to be the thing, the best life sort of opportunity. So if it's projected onto this thing, well, maybe I don't know. How do I see beyond, right? Because what we're looking at beyond is the Seven of Cups hiding behind there. So we may see, it may appear to us, the image is that 10 of Pentacles. But if we really get up close, we kick the tires, we take it for a test drive, we might see a couple of things, 7 of Cups poking out the back. Right? A couple of weird wires hanging down here. The engine looks kind of dirty. A couple of tires seem a little bit low. Right? It's making a weird knocking sound when I shift into 4th gear. Yeah. I guess it's a manual transmission. I don't know. I don't know if they even still have those cars. I know they still have them, but I don't know if they make them anymore, do they? But anyway, what I'm saying is the way something appears to us might be an unconscious projection of what our ideal is. We're sort of overlaying our ideal onto something that, it's kind of a swamp, but we're saying, look at that. It's just an oasis. Look at that paradise, right? And it's kind of like the salesperson, the used car lot, really shines up the car. Really makes it look, puts a new coat of paint on. It looks so pretty. It's a piece of junk, We have to be cautious and really feel it and think it through. And we need some swords cards here. There's no there's no way around it. I feel like we really do need some discernment here. Even if it's the Libra energy of the Justice card shows up, right, would be great. So this is the obstacle, right, is to see what things about this are less than ideal. And I guarantee you that the more you look at something, I could look at anything and think, wow, that's perfect. The more you look at it, I have to do this to my glasses. I need bifocals is what I need. You do like this and you see, oh, it's got some paint is kind of weird, kind of chipped off. It's kind of dirty, right? The plastic molding, there's some flash on it. You know, it's nearly perfect, but I see some little flaws in it, you know. It's not enough to make me want to get rid of Mr. Tao, though. I still love Mr. Tao. I still want to have Mr. Tao as the guardian of our mystery card for this cycle of readings. So when we're looking at something closely and we're kicking the tires and we see that, okay, this car has a new coat of paint, but it still needs some work. You know, the interior is not so great. The engine needs a tune-up for sure. Maybe even need to rebuild the transmission or something. Or the question we really have to ask ourselves is, are those flaws bad enough that I don't want this anymore? You know, it's kind of, we really get to know somebody, you know, and you know, maybe there's this idea of the Lover's card, right? That we're gonna date this person. We're gonna get to know them for a while. And then we're going to see who they really are. See if there's a resonance. See if there's a harmony. See if you can get past some of their little imperfections that we see, which really, I think, make things absolutely unique. But we all have our own standards, our own requirements, and maybe there are too many little paint chips or whatever on this, too many inconsistencies, and I don't want this anymore, you know? I'm going to put it somewhere. I'm going to retire Mr. Tao. You know, I wouldn't do that. Don't worry. So that's what we're doing with the Seven of Cups. We're asking ourselves is this a deal breaker? Right? When these come out and you see these, is that a deal breaker? Right? And of course, it's our Queen of Pentacles here. This is your future self. This is your future self looking back on right now, knowing that you made the right decision. Okay? It could be this is you now looking at the past. Yeah. I don't know what phase of this you're in, to be honest with you. This could be all from the past already for you. I feel like this is you down the road a little ways, very happy, very successful, looking back at this situation and knowing that you made the right choice by being cautious, by finding all the little red flags, the little imperfections, and asking yourself, is it a deal breaker, yes or no? We don't know yet. Let's look at the mystery card. Okay. And maybe the mystery card will give us the answer. Maybe not. Excuse me. I don't think the mystery card will give us the answer. It might give us the adjustment card or justice, as it's called. But whatever it is, we'll utilize it. Okay. If you have a prediction for this card. Now, what's the cotton? There's a cotton ball thing for you. I think we've had this before. There's something about, maybe it's the sound of cotton balls or it's the texture. There's like a lot of cotton ball. You don't like the cotton balls or something, yeah? Okay. If you have a prediction, put it in the comments below. Let's see what this card is. The Judgment, rebirth, reawakening, the baptism by fire. It's an alarm going off, right? It's kind of, I think, big red flag. Yeah. It's the spiritual alarm clock, right? It doesn't say that there's a deal breaker, but it says there is something here that you need to really look at. You know, it's urgent. What you see is not what you're getting. You have to look under the surface. You have to kick the tires, look under the hood, read between the lines, read the fine print. There's something urgently that you need to know because you don't want to be in that future position and be thinking, I wish I would have read that fine print. I wish I would have read the service agreement or whatever they call those things, you know? The terms of service, yeah. So it doesn't mean it's a deal breaker, but it means you got to look at it first before you sign it. Okay? This is that urgency. This is that spirit just red flag. Red lights are flashing. There's something you need to look at before you sign it, before you whatever, before you fully commit. Yeah. It's an employment contract, maybe it's a marriage contract, or it's sort of maybe, taking the relationship to the next step kind of thing, There's things you have to look at first, all right? What we're going to look at is the extended reading, and you should come along too. There's a link up top, there's a link down below. New readings for Taurus, Mondays and Fridays. Be sure to watch both readings, they're very important. If you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, please do. It is totally free, doesn't cost anything. If you don't want to watch the extended readings here, you can go to the website, doveandserpenttarot.com. You can watch them over there. Okay. Leave a comment. Let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you, and we're all in this together.